Hi, my name is Winland Ziada, New York City-based director and creator of theater, television, and film, and also proud Phoenix Global Artist Ambassador. Today, I am so excited to be speaking with a Renaissance man. His name, Chaz Van Queen. For more on the incredible Chaz Van Queen, you can read more about him right below this video. But in the meantime, here is a sneak peek at the incredible talent of Chaz Van Queen in his short film, Vibes Don't Lie.
There's an invisible weight, you know? It's heavy here. At this point, I only feel it when it's lifted. Money moves so fast. Miss the light, miss an opportunity. I've been through every borough. And there's 10,000 New Yorks. But I'm from where the weight is the heaviest. From the X.
You know them vibes don't lie. I come through flying a Tanuki suit. I relish in these moments, never playing catch up, and that's word to DJ Mustard. If it ain't amazing, dead the volume on your new shit. My queen half honey, half Cajun, half black, half amazing. Especially in the game designed for us to lose. I'm ill-equipped but still a shit standing next to you. They take cues from our views and stylistic moves. Learn the theory of the hood and I never been to art school. Practice, never trip on the mic cord. Domo, add this to the whiteboard. A big corporate investor give a fuck about our message. We put numbers on the boards, they'll put our face in them stores. That's publisher. Chaz Van covered it. Policeman miss me with that quota shit. Hustling all weather but keep a college sweater. Fly fella, that's whatever. I got my shit together.
Well, hello, Chaz Van Queen. How are you?
I'm well. How are you?
I'm doing great and so much better now that I'm speaking with you. And I'm so excited that the audience has got a little taste of your incredible talent. My friend, I was telling you off camera that you are not just 1, 2, 3, 4, even 5 things. You are a representation, a perfect representation of, as you would like to say, a vibes don't lie, but as I would like to say, Renaissance man of the entertainment industry. I want to know, Chaz, first and foremost, where were you born and when did you realize that you had a creative spirit and fire within you that just needed to be let out?
I was born in Baltimore. I'm sure some of you know it. And we don't need to talk about what you may have heard of it. And I first felt that desire and that void and probably around 7th grade, which is probably, I imagine it's the age for a lot of people, you know. It has to do with, you know, the development of one's brain and just development of one's, like, you know, identity and stuff. So it was a very revealing time, 7th and 8th grade. I started to realize what my problems were, things I couldn't fix. And I had to find outlets and I had to find some sort of refuge for the things I couldn't control. And thankfully I found something healthy, like, you know, music and creativity.
Well, thank God you found those outlets, my friend, because you not only have an amazing following all over social media, but the art that you put out, as the audience has got a little sneak peek of your short film, aptly titled "Vibes Don't Lie." I love the fact that what happened?
I should have said it with you at the same time. The spacing and the phrasing, it almost felt like I should have joined in.
Oh, I love that. Well, you're a good yes-ander, as they say in the improv world. But Chaz Van, listen to me. I love that you never, it seems like, put yourself in a box. In a world that likes to easily digest artists because it makes them feel better about themselves, you do it all. And I'm curious to know, who in your life, especially when you were that 7th grader, going through what you were going through and making the decision to use your creative outlet as an opportunity to deal with some issues, as we all do going through puberty, who are those people, or who was that person in your life that maybe in a show don't tell way or constantly reminded you that you are enough and that you are going to be a first-rate version of yourself, and that's the best way to go?
I have been grateful over time. I've just been really grateful for my grandmother. My grandmother passed away when I was 16, but she, around the age of like 7th grade, I remember, telling her I didn't feel very comfortable, explaining what my musical interests were to people, especially like my family, because they were very different than the music that my family had like listened to and accepted, and et cetera. And in a lot of like, Caribbean American and African American cultures, there's, especially with elders, music has this underlying, it has this underlining tone of like, is it spiritual music or is it secular music? And I probably am one of the kids who kind of grew up with one of the like last eras of that. So as a result, I didn't feel comfortable kind of sharing my music interests with my family and stuff. But my grandmother like specifically reached out to me and was like, yo, like, what are you listening to? Like, I hear you listening to stuff. Like, what is this? I want to know what this is about. And I thought it was like a condemnation kind of thing. And it wasn't. It was like she genuinely was trying to understand me and see me as a full person, not as like this kind of child person. So she was the first person who kind of, I would show her like, I don't know, I was listening to like Metallica and like Limp Bizkit and like things like that. And she made me feel comfortable sharing those things with her. And it was the first person who really made me feel seen as a whole person. And that acknowledgement was enough for me to feel full and stay with my interests and not feel like, oh, most of the people around me like this, so I should go this way.
Well, I don't want to get emotional here, but my grandmother, my best friend, who I considered a soul partner in life beyond being my grandmother, she also passed away when I was 16. My Italian grandmother from Staten Island, and she was the one for me, selfishly, not to make this about me, but I just got a chill feeling her. And yeah, she saw me. I was always told I was too much. I was always told I was always told that I had pipe dreams. I grew up with singing professionally with my twin brother, and that was the only way to go. And I've had a great career with him, but I finally went after my directing a few years ago, but it was my grandmother who saw me for my bliss and for my person. And so I can relate to that, but not to make this about me, my friend. I get it though.
It's beautiful that we relate to each other in that way.
And this is what I love so much about this time now. And the idea that in a time, these past 18 months, where people have had a really tough time connecting, that we can be having this conversation right now, Chaz, and it's like, we're from we're living right now in two different parts of the country. We Absolutely. You grew up for a lot of years, correct? In the Bronx.
That's true.
And only 5 minutes from where I grew up in Pelham. But here we are in two different fields of music, but we both decided to take the path less traveled, due in large part to our grandmothers being seen and heard personhood that gave us that buoy and confidence. And I'm curious to know, Chaz, and looking forward, what's your why statement? Like, what's your mission statement in terms of like why you do what you do?
Well, that can be broad, but I think I'll shorten it. My personal mission statement is to encourage critical and independent thinking in people, especially young people, and to provide them with music and artistic and creative experiences that enhance that and that enable that, and to help people feel full and seen. That's the short version.
Well, you know what you're doing, Chaz? What you're doing is you're carrying the baton of your grandmother, and you're
100%.
And look at, when I became a director, literally on my vision board, it literally reminds me why I became a director. I wanted to create a safe space in a safe room, literally and figuratively, for other artists that my grandmother created for me. Literally getting chills right now, my friend. And I love that we both have taken the baton of our grandmother, who, again, for me too, was like more than a grandmother. She was like a soul person that was meant to be my only person, like that really effing saw me.
Yeah. They have this infinite kind of wisdom. It's amazing how, as a person sometimes gets older, they may get more feeble physically, but they get more metaphysical mentally. Their mind expands to a picture and a horizon larger than the younger person has that visionary ability to see, figuratively see. The elders can, they have an understanding of the macro because they've endured so much of the micro.
Amen. My goodness. Put that on a t-shirt. But also what I love so much about the art that you do is that unabashed, unapologetic sense of wonder and of the possibility is all over it. It's all over it. It's all over it. You know what I mean? It's you're not shackled to one genre or one look or one vibe or one feel. You're an artist. You're a storyteller.
In his most natural way, the
That's
natural
right.
progression of one's life. And I think that I don't know how easy it would be, because, like mentally and emotionally, but I definitely could industrialize myself a bit if I wanted to, and kind of do a thing over and over and do it well, and market and promote that thing in a very singular way. And I probably would have a lot more opportunities that way. I do want people to know that the route that one takes naturally as an artist does not always coincide with the enterprising and the industrialization of one's artistic output and one's creativity. So I'm not trying to say that I'm less successful because I am more purely an artist, definitely not. But I am saying that if you want to take that road of your own natural progression, more power to you. You're an ambassador just by doing that. But also, you know, it requires savvy, and it requires this astute nature to be able to enterprise that to some extent, because, you know, marketing and branding don't like drastic changes.
That's right.
They like full campaigns of a very clear thing.
Easily digestible. Yeah. But listen, do you know what I consider success? It's exactly what you're doing. Because like me, you know what? We do in how we feel without thinking about the likes and the follow and the month. You know what? It's all gonna come. But at the end of the day, what I love so much about you, Chaz Van, and that reminds me as an artist, our success is that we get to put our heads on the pillow at night, every night, and know that we did good on our terms, and also for a greater good. Because in addition to all the artistry that you're also teaching the young kids through your art, you're also an educator.
Yeah.
And what a beautiful thing, like Chaz Van, like at the end of the day, when all is said is done, not to get all, woo-woo, but too late for that. It's like, that's all we have. Our success is being our most authentic self and carrying in putting that baton out there for someone to run with as well.
Agreed. You know, maybe I don't think about it moment to moment and day to day, but you know, when I'm in the classroom or when I'm on the stage or whatever, those moments remind me the connection and I shouldn't say connection, because connection requires two people, and I'm only speaking for myself, but the conversation between that's the currency of my artistic life, if you will. That conversation that you get to have between another person who may be experiencing my musical output, or we're in the music education setting, and I'm helping them understand how to use something for their own creative output. Or just yesterday, I'm the music selector, DJ, whatever, at it's a Black and Indigenous food market here in Portland. And that is very fulfilling too. You know, that conversation where it's like I'm playing directly to help people feel comfortable and sell, food and trade food that they've grown and stuff. That stuff is, you're right, it is the most fulfilling. Maybe it's not, $20K, but like, man, to see all of those different people who grow food all different places, grow all sorts of produce and products, come together and then feel united because of like the music that I'm playing, the energy that I'm helping to create. Yeah, I wish it was more money, but like, come on, man. That's
Chaz, But we all know that, money will come. It really does and will when we need it, when we, the universe provides when, but at the end of the day, you're providing people with your brand, dare I say, with an emotional takeaway of great vibes and an emotional takeaway. I mean, I just want that to be a hashtag, but you can steal it because you said it. I won't. But that conversation is my currency. And how beautiful is that? And anyway, Chaz, I could truly talk with you forever, but I want to let our audience know for more on the not only incredibly inspiring and entertaining, but the incredibly altruistic, talented Renaissance man, vibes don't lie, Chaz Van Queen. You can read more about him right below this video. Chaz, God bless you.
Oh man, the blessings. Thank you. Blessings to you as well. I'm very grateful that we had this time. I am writing down on this paper, connection is my currency.
There it is, baby. Well, yeah. Chaz, thank you so much for your time today. God bless you.
You're very welcome. Have a great day. You might come through backwards, but I'm still putting it up.
No, it's not backwards, baby. It's perfect.
All right, great. There it is.
Woo!